When will your first trip to orbit will take place?
I don't know, possibly in 2 or 3 years. I'm mostly concerned with developing the technology that can enable a lot of people to go to Mars and make life multiplanetary, have a base on the moon, a city on Mars. And I think it's important that we strive to have a self-sustaining city on Mars as soon as possible. I mean, I'm optimistic about the future on Earth, but it's important to have life insurance for life as a whole.
Is it going to be a business kind of tourism in orbit, or is it more a kind of plan B if things on Earth do not develop as well?
It's not exactly a plan B. It's more that I think there's two aspects to this. One is that we want to have a future that is inspiring and exciting. And what are the things that you find inspiring and exciting about the future? And I think a future where we are a spacefaring civilization and out there among the stars, I think that's, every kid gets excited about that. You don't even need to teach them. They just get it. It's like instinctive. And so it's very important for us to have reasons to be excited about life. Like when you wake up in the morning, it can't just be about problems. It's okay. I know everyone in this room deals with a lot of tough problems, but you know it's got to be more than that. So, you know, I think a future where you can say, hey, even if it's not you, there's going to be people out there. We can have a base on the moon. We're going to have a city on Mars. Maybe go further, moons of Jupiter and everything. I think that's a very exciting future, and I think most people do.
And you seriously want to be buried on Mars?
Just not on impact. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to, listen, we're all going to die someday. So if you're going to die someday, I'm like, okay, do you want to be buried on Mars or Earth? I'm like, Mars sounds cool. Born on Earth, die on Mars. That's, you know, if you've got the choice.
2 years ago, I had a conversation with Jack Ma, and we spoke about Jeff Bezos' plans with regard to orbit. And he said, well, let's Jeff Bezos take care for the orbit, I take care for the Earth. You seem to take care for both?
Yeah, basically, Tesla is about trying to make sure things are good for the future on Earth. And then SpaceX is about good future beyond Earth, basically. And so obviously we have to have sustainable energy, both consumption and production of energy. So like Tesla does solar panels and batteries. I think that's one of the key ways to have sustainable energy generation. And also the batteries are useful for wind power. So, and then you need to consume it you consume the electricity, so electric vehicles. You know, I think I look at these things like say, okay, if you look back from the future and say, what's the fundamental good of Tesla? I would say it's probably should be assessed as by how many years did Tesla accelerate the advent of sustainable energy? Like that's like I would measure the goodness of Tesla in that way. And then for SpaceX, it's like, okay, to what degree did we improve the probability of humanity being a spacefaring civilization?